We're going to try and beat Modified Chimps mode with one of each tower and no tier 5s. I'll be doing this on Dark Castle, just because I like this map. For those who don't know what Chimp stands for, it's no continues, hearts lost, income, monkey knowledge, powers, or selling. Our Modified Chimps is HMPS. So the same thing, just remove the no continues and no income rules. The reason why I'm lifting those restrictions is because I'm playing in Challenge Editor, where it doesn't matter if I continue or not, and I have to use farms. So I just wanna get the money from them. This challenge is mostly for fun anyway. I started by placing an Engie and then getting a boat on round 3 to get me through the terrifying blue rush on round 4. My plan is to get a balloon trap and a marketplace as early as possible so that I can just get a lot of money for late game. On round 9, I upgraded my Engie to a 002 and got the Dark Monkey down to pop some balloons. I got my Engie upgraded all the way to a double gun by round 15, which helped a lot in defending and got me a step closer to getting that balloon trap I wanted. The next difficult round was round 22. I didn't want to spend money because I just wanted to get to the balloon trap as fast as possible, but that just caused me to spend small sums for the next 10 rounds. I spent 865 on upgrades for round 22, a bit over $1,000 on a spike factory, 540 on lead defense for round 28, and 215 on more upgrades to barely beat round 31. I finally got my balloon trap on round 32, which allowed me to breeze past all the rounds until round 40. In the rounds between 32 and 40, I got a farm down, which I slowly upgraded to a 023 marketplace, and to help defend, I also got camo on my boat and a 020 wall of fire. For the Moab on round 40, I had over 3.5 grand for defense, so I got a 030 Moab Mauler and a 203 tack to break the Moab layer, and then all that I needed was for the balloon trap to eat the insides. For the round 42 camos, I upgraded my wizard to have camo detection, and for the next round ceramics, I planned on getting a buckshot. However, I did not have the money for that. Except I did, because after popping a few balloons on that round, I afforded the buckshot pretty easily. To help with the mid game, I got a Dragon's Breath and a 024 farm. Then, after a few basic upgrades to my Spike Factory, Tack Shooter and Dartling, I got an Embrittlement on the top lane next to my Overdrive, for the sweet combo that is Embrittlement Overdrive. On round 62, my game crashed. But it saved everything, so that's fine. I decided to get a Comanche defense, mostly just because I like it more than Apache. And then came the most infamous round of them all, round 63. The first wave didn't even hit my balloon trap, and the second wave did hit it but didn't fill it. But the third wave kind of got through everything. I had so little money, I decided the best thing I could buy was a 203 Ace, which I couldn't even afford. But hey, luckily a 103 Ace was enough to survive the round. Somehow. The next 10 rounds were easy, and on round 74 I got an Abyssal Warrior near the Embrittlement, and an MIB for my Spike Factory, Heli, Ace and Dartling. I had to actually think about what I got it for. On round 80 I got attacked by a Wasp. So for the next few rounds, I wasn't paying attention to the game, but instead tried dealing with the Wasp. On round 82, I got back into the game because the Wasp left. And then I immediately upgraded my Ace to a Spectre. On round 84, a new enemy appeared. Frame drops. I don't know what caused it, but by round 88 it was gone. I guess rounds 84 to 88 are just pure evil, and are using every method they can to not make me win. After breezing past 90 and 91, I felt like it was time to start using my big guns. I got a 024 Relentless Glue, a 204 Moab Press, and I upgraded my village to a Call to Arms. These support towers allowed me to get all the way to 95, where I thought I needed more defense against the DDTs, but my Call to Arms just lasted long enough, so I didn't actually need anything. 96 was another story though. The fortified Moabs and BFBs were easy enough, but I just didn't have what it took to pop all of those ZOMGs. I decided to get a Balloon Sabotage and a main Moab to help. And it actually worked. With the Sabo I didn't even need to use my Call to Arms. 97 was no problem, but 98 is always a problem. I got a T-Rex for the damage and stun ability, and a 240 Mortar for just general damage and another ability. But that wasn't enough. So what I did is I got a 013 Druid of Wrath. Its small amount of damage actually helped me beat the round. And maybe it was the fact that I cut down the trees. For the round 99 fortified DDTs, I finally decided to use my Super Monkey. I got a bottom crosspath Tech Terror set on Strong and First, and an unstable Concoction Alchemist. I really should have just Alch buffed the super, but I didn't, and now I have to live with that. For round 100 I still had one tower left, the most overpowered late game tower there is, that can help with 2 million pops challenges and people struggling to round 100 alike. A triple gun sub. Yeah, I might have run out of money, and I couldn't afford the first strike. Still, with or without a first strike, I was determined to beat the bad. I combined Call to Arms with my Mortar's ability on top of the Embrittlement and the Overdrive to deal massive DPS. I used my Tech Terror ability for an instant 2600 damage, and just before it popped, I used my Sabo. The DDTs got eviscerated, and the ZMGs were pushed back by my Moab Press. But then my Sabo ran out and the balloons actually got through. But it was so close I knew what to do this time. On the next try I started microing my mortar and my beast for maximum damage. I still used my Call to Arms and artillery ability to deal massive damage in the same spot, but this time I didn't use my T-Rex ability. When the bad popped right after using my Tech Terror ability, I immediately used my Sabo and T-Rex stun, allowing my towers to focus fire on the balloons. When the ZMGs popped, my Moab Press threw a perfectly timed knockback that prevented the BFBs from advancing. And then my combination of Comanche, Spectre, Tech Terror, Artillery Battery and Bads took care of the rest. Barely. I truly think I needed that sub and druid for the 2000-ish damage that they did. Otherwise I wouldn't have beaten the bad. This was fun and changed the way you play the game. Like, you couldn't use tier 5s and you couldn't spam towers, which are some of the most common strategies. Anyway, tell me which of the towers I used were your favorite, and I'll see you in another video. And yes, my game might have crashed after that.